Manever I say ma PENDREAM TV. PENDREAM TV there o say dem yopo.
Crucify Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, and I will. So I want him to decide that he is not standing anymore. I want him to take the decision that he's a total failure, and that His Excellency John Dramani Mahama should go unopposed. Now, before I come to this Nkukuo budgets, the Nkukuo budgets.
The Nkunim budget.
Nkukuo budgets.
Okay, you're changing the name.
It is an Nkukuo budget.
Okay.
Annie, let me say something about the Doomso. You know, NPP will always say, and Doomso. Doomso has been a crisis under all successive governments, under this Fourth Republic. And so Doomso is not something that was created by His Excellency John Dramani Mahama.
Oh, wow.
Doomso is created by lack of rainfall. Let me educate this NPP. Mahama doesn't have the ability and the capacity to cause any Doomso. Is he God? What causes Doomso is lack of rainfall. When there is no rainfall, we will experience power crisis. It was within Mahama's mandates to solve it. And so he decided to solve it holistically. Now, Auntie Catherine should tell me how much
arguments on rainfall coming.
They always say Doomso. When Doomso was under President Akua, they sent pastors to go and pray for rain.
To my question. When did the argument of rain come in? Is it the Akosombo Dam?
No. I'm saying that this
because I know we've had the problem of
people are always saying Mahama caused.
We've had the problem of Akosombo Dam. We've had the power mix problem, which of course some of the argument you have even said that you provided more mix.
Yes.
You know, to give us the capacity.
So this rain is new.
The rain.
So what I am saying is that the issue of Mahama causing Doomso is enough. Mahama doesn't cause Doomso.
It is legacy.
No, listen. We have to find the root causes of the Doomso and not associate it to a person. Auntie Catherine is saying that we shouldn't attack Alhaji Mahmoud Bawumia's personality. Nobody is interested in doing so. We don't want to attack his personality. We are attacking his track record. This is a gentleman that has failed in all totality. And so when we are saying he has failed, it doesn't mean we are attacking his personality. We are not.
He has not failed.
He has failed drastically.
A direct attack on him as a person.
We didn't say anything. When you were talking, I didn't say anything. If Mahmoud Bawumia has failed, allow me to say he has failed. Me plus the entire country.
He failed as what?
He has failed as a vice president. He has failed in speaking truth to power. He has failed in every sense of the word. He has failed. He's a total failure. He cannot and will not let us believe he has not failed when he has failed. Listen, last year electricity tariffs went up by 30%. In May it went up by 18%. Last month it went up by 4%. Are Ghanaians saying they will not pay? Whatever taxes this government has brought, Ghanaians are paying. Yes, we are complaining, but we still go ahead and pay. What we are saying is that the problem is not the revenue generation. The problem is how they are unable to allocate the revenue into the various sectors to bring development into the country. The problem is how they are looting. The problem is how they are using the money on themselves. The problem is Cecilia Japan keeping $1 million under her bed when the Guru boys were being sought after. That is what we are talking about. The problem is how corruption today is being defended left, right, and center. The problem is how the president told us he will put his presidency on the line to fight Galamsey, and today Galamsey is not being fought. That is the problem. Now, this Nkukuo budget they have brought. Annie, Nkukuo budget is not helping Ghanaians. There is nothing in this Nkukuo budget that speaks to the heart of Ghanaians or changes our situation. Our rents, prices are still the same. Fuel have not come down. The taxes we are still paying. My bowl of kenke I went to buy yesterday was still 5 cedis. It has not dropped. Yesterday I bought some tomatoes for 80 cedis, and you should have seen it, very small. Prices on goods and services have not dropped. This Akua budget has not come to do anything. And it's the way they give names to the budgets. So in 2017, they came with a Sempa budget. Ejumapa, when they have not done any Ejuma, they say they have a Ejumapa budget. They say in Punto, when they are failing. They say Obatampa, when they have been Obatamboni. Ajinkwa, when they have not saved us. They claim they are what? And Kabum, when they are actually dividing us. And now they say they are what? Including budget. Go to Abuso Kain and ask the spare parts dealers whether this budget is including budget. To fuel the economy, and you feel it in your pocket. To give us a budget that will let us understand that the situation has changed is what we were looking for. It is not a budget that has blah, 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 and will not yield any result. What result is this budget yielding? There is nothing to this budget. Do you know the lending rate today averagely is 36%? And what that means is that when Kofi graduates from the university and goes to a bank for a loan of 50,000 to establish a business, the interest rate on that facility will be 36%. And when is Kofi going to buy his raw materials? When is he creating, let's say, a production center, let's say an office? When is Kofi going to pay for his labor? When is Kofi going to do all that? By the time he is done putting all that together, plus his 36% interest rate, Kofi will not make any progress. At the end of the day, the bank will come after him and then seize his assets. We are saying that the lending rate today is too high. We are saying that the dollar to cedi now is 13 cedis. It has not come down. We are saying that the prices of goods and services are still high, and inflation at 38.something%. It is not anything we will give you or say. We will not bore you or say for giving us such inflation. We will not say you have done well. You have not done well. Alhaji Mahmoud Bawumia, Nobel Prize economist, apparently didn't know how to run the economy. This budget they have brought doesn't speak or tell us anything. It has rather increased taxes. And they're part. And they are saying that they will give tax exemptions to locally manufactured companies that produces parts. It's a good idea. They should also ensure that those parts are quality, because when they are not quality, the kids, when they go to school, will solve themselves. And so they should always also ensure that those locally manufactured parts are quality. Annie, Mahmoud Bawumia, we are not leaving him for all the rights in China. We are grabbing him by his words. 2024 elections will be based largely on the economy. It will be, we are going to expose Alhaji Mahmoud Bawumia's lies. Auntie, what's your name again? I forgot. Auntie Kathleen. Where are the hostels your Mahmoud Bawumia promised to build for the car use? Do you know that he said he will build hostels for the car use? Go to Okanshi and ask them whether they are comfortably sleeping in any hostels. This is a gentleman that says something at the spur of the moment. So he comes here and he sees that your Brazilian hair is a bit old. He can actually tell you, oh, Annie, don't worry. Tomorrow I'll buy you a new Brazilian hair. When he doesn't mean it. See, leadership is about seriousness. Leadership is not for jokers. Leadership are for people that are willing and determined to do the job. And His Excellency John Dramani Mahama has two of these leadership skills. He's ready to come back and rectify all the wrongs Akua and Bawumia has caused Ghanaians. And then he has a proven track record. Today, contractors are not being paid, Annie. Do you know contractors have all stopped working on roads? They have all gone to sleep. Auntie is talking about NHIS. Is that what it's called? What does it cover? Annie, have you ever tried using the NHIS? I took my kids to the hospital, the labs. They told me to pay hard cash for it. I thought the NHIS covers something. They told me it doesn't cover FUKU. Government has not allocated any money into that regard. So the NHIS doesn't cover even labs. Today, dialysis.
No, precision, it covers. You know,
I'm talking about practicality.
Hold on.
I'm talking about theory.
I'm just saying that in precision, there are some diseases it covers. But because monies have not been allocated to it, the hospitals decide what they can cater for.
Okay.
And so when you go, they will tell you. So it's not that it doesn't cover, it covers. But there is a lack of funds.
So where is the funds? This is the government that, where are the funds? Where are the revenue? This is a government we left 3 oil fields to. The revenue from the oil fields, where are they? Our taxes, where are they? Even the BOG money they printed, where is the money? Today, BOG has caused us 60.8 billion losses. He said we are hooligans. We shouldn't say it. What is this government using all our revenue for? To the extent that the renal unit was shut down because of 4 million cedis. Renal unit. People have done documentaries about it. And do you know that 19 people died? Are you aware of that?
Yes.
Because of 4 million cedis. How much money did Bawumia give delegates when they were going to vote? If Bawumia did not give money to delegates, I'm telling you, he wouldn't have even gotten 1 vote because his own people don't trust him. All the primaries they went to, the other contestants were all against Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, including Auntie here. She even supported Alan. She said Mahmoud Bawumia is not good enough to run the country. So she was in the Alan campaign. Now that they have frustrated Alan and frustrated Kennedy Japan to also lose the primaries, they have brought this complete failure gentleman called Alhaji Mahmoud Bawumia. Now they have all been creeped by force by fire to say that he's a good person, to say that he's doing well, when we all know he's not doing well. This gentleman has not. What do you call it? The depreciation of the city. The job of the Bank of Ghana governor is to ensure that the city doesn't depreciate. That is the job of the Bank of Ghana governor. It's one of the jobs he's supposed to do to ensure the city doesn't depreciate. Today he has sat at Bank of Ghana and watched the city depreciate. Basa. Alhaji Bawumia said he has arrested the dollar, giving the keys to Don Perry. Today where are the keys? How did the dollar break jail? How are we so much suffering? This government came to collapse all the banking sector. Banking that you could have used 9 million cedis or 9 billion cedis. I don't, isn't 9 billion? I'll find out. Somebody should WhatsApp the figure to me properly. To solve, you came to use 25 something to collapse the entire banking sector. Collapse it and rendered 50,000 people unemployed. These 50,000 people, and some are home crying, some are selling in the markets, some are by the streets. They are just miserable. When you decided to rectify the wrongs in the banking sector, you didn't have to collapse the entire bank. Those banks that were collapsed, and where are their assets? The liquidator that had the chance to deal with the assets, where did he auction it? Where is the auction money of those assets of the banks?
No, but the banks that were collapsed, some have been consolidated. So
they were consolidated. I am saying that there was a liquidator. Has the liquidator given updates on this collapse of banks and their assets to Ghanaians? This is a government that do not want to give any account of anything. Now, the reason they didn't declare a state of emergency for the Volta region issue is because they don't want to be accountable. They don't want to be held accountable for anything. They just came to power to loot, enrich themselves, make themselves good, and then when they are running and they are about leaving power, they want to hand over the economy. This economy they've messed up into the hands of Alhaji Mahmoud Bawumia to now come and collapse it entirely. Mahmoud Bawumia will not be voted for. Everybody has joined our 24-hour economy. Everybody is crying for His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, the gentleman with a good track record, to come and make this country better. Thank you very much.
PENDREAM TV now, so far so good. Say open online portal e Ghana. Nipa share, nipa follow, nipa comment here. To my best of knowledge, without any biases, PENDREAM TV.